after being pecked by a radioactive bird, a somewhat mannered Tuthill was compelled to become Kinneas, the Skydude. All right. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you might be in time and space. Kinneas here. Sorry to get another late start today. It was a busy day today. Man, and then I got road fatigue. I'm all tired from being on the road. Oh, coffee is... I'm trying to get it to kick in, but it doesn't seem to want to. It's been one of those days. I think it's just getting old. You know, the older you get, it's just... everything is more difficult. So my goal is 5 super chats, and that'd be great. My goal last week was 1 super chat. And I got 1 super chat. Thanks to Hazardous. He's been a big support all over the place. And I'm playing Farming Simulator 2025 now because of him. All right, so I would love to get 5. So if you can help out, that'd be great. Like and subscribe if you can't. That's always worth its weight in gold. Top of everything. All right, so jumping back into this. So yesterday, well, look, first of all, look up in the upper right-hand corner. We are back down to, well, I am back down to 870,367. I'm not worried about that, but yesterday we were at 5,900,000 blah, blah, blah credits, right? So what I did yesterday, which is the next move Admiral Aaron wanted me to make, was to create, well, we've already got the VIP company. Right. VIP charter service. But he wanted me to get an airplane that makes a lot of money every time it goes up. And that is the CJ4. Okay. So So we bought the Textron Aviation Cessna Citation CJ4. Okay, by working title. And that was $5.5 million. And then we spent a lot more getting it up to speed. Its engine was pretty much shot, and we had a lot of work to do to get it up into working order again. But now I'm in no hurry to fly it. It's been a year. I went out and did a practiced test flight, short flight in the CJ4. Everything went fine. An ILS landing, setting up the flight plan, messing with the FMS, yada, yada, yada. But I'm just really in no hurry to jump in and potentially wreck that thing right off the bat before it has a chance to make some money. So I'm going to trust one of my crew to work that. And I'm going to go back and keep going with some more search and rescue missions this afternoon. One, I'm absolutely falling in love with the Savage Cub. As far as stability on the ground, in the air, its ability to land in the worst environments is just fantastic. Maybe with the exception of like sand dunes. This doesn't look very hospitable, but most of the area doesn't look too bad. So getting in and out of these places, I don't know if that's trees either. That could be difficult. But these jobs pay really, really well. And so this one's got to be, unless again, sand dunes. I'm not real thrilled about landing in the sand dunes. I thought they'd be okay, nice and, it's just sand. But they grip your tires and ruin your landing gear. Anyway, so today we've got a Savior Complex. We're going to keep doing these. So I just need to build up some time. I need to get a couple hours in so that the other crew have a chance to get their time in. And that will allow that CJ plane to get a job this afternoon as well. So another wonderful thing about these is they're not so complex and involved that you're spending hours on them. They're usually short little flights out to where you're searching the zone. And so for the time that you spend and the money that you make, it's fantastic. So Admiral Aaron on day one, he's like, yep, skydive, search and rescue missions and the Savage Cup is where he feels the best money can be made. And I think that's just maybe just as a solo. I still think the best way is passive cruise. You know, as long as you're flying as well. So I have like 9, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I have like 9 crew members now. So they're all working too. Okay. So if you just want to hang out today, that's all I'm really doing. I mean, if you have any other things you'd want me to do, or to, I don't know, if you have any requests, don't throw those out there. Other than that, just kick back and relax and hang out with me and chit-chat. Make sure you're hearing that okay. Volume for MSFS is down. One moment. I've been playing lots of radio music the last few days. So I've got all of my sounds way down.
Great you prepped fast, Captain. Emergency call from Lordsbug. A man has gone missing with a car near ominous uninhabited lands. It's a desertic area where weather conditions are pretty tough, and we haven't heard from him yet, which is very concerning. We need you to locate him fast. We'll do our best to get you more intel or help you finding the site while you're out there. I'll radio you regularly to check you're okay. We'll stay on the radio just in case.
All right, so hazardous FDM just stopped in. Say hello, wish us luck today. He's not streaming today and might be feeling a little under the weather. I feel you. I almost didn't today. I'm just a little tired. I'm like, shake it off. Come on, let's go. Okay.
November Mike 86 traffic.
I really want to see how much money that CJ4 can make being passive.
November Mike 86.
Pardon me, I got to take a sweatshirt off. It's getting warm here today. The weather around here. Colorado's notorious for having 5-minute weather. You know, it's cold 1 minute and hot the next. We're going into a hot spell right now. Coming right out of a little mini cold spell. But it's nice. Saw a bunch of golfers out today. Everybody wearing shorts today and enjoying the beautiful weather. Everything's starting to turn green again, which is always wonderful.
Mike 86 traffic. Kin Sierra Sierra Kilo 69er. Taking off runway 6, north departure, November Mike 86.
So I'm not fond of tail draggers at all. But I gotta tell you folks, this aircraft has surprised me. This aircraft has really, really surprised me how it performs, how stable it is, how, you know, when you come in for a landing, it's not trying to kill you the way seemingly some of the other tail draggers are. This one is really well behaved. It's great in the ground effect. It has no problem at all. It's got great lift. It's got great climb. It can dive really well with flaps off. And again, it can land you in some of these really bad spots of terrain with seemingly no problem most of the time. So if it's not available as a used aircraft when you create search and rescue, save up the money if you don't have it, but spend the money to get one. I heard the Zlin Ultrashock is also pretty nice, but look at how wonderful she's not bouncing all over the place in the ground effect. I mean, if there was any bouncing right there, that was me. I'm going to go ahead and start climbing. Again, she climbs beautifully. She doesn't struggle at all. Just, you want to go up? Let's go.
Skydude Searcher's ground lead. We don't have much time.
So the perfect balance of power and control.
Your map should display your assigned search area. Check it regularly. Still no update. Hope you'll bring him home quickly. Let's keep pushing. People are counting on us today.
This is one of the longest runs they've had for us in a while. They've usually been 5 miles, 7 miles, 8 miles. This one is a 17-mile run. Not a big deal. If you're in a hurry, you can skip them, but these are mostly always so short that, you know, you can get a really, really good bonus for not skipping on these a lot. So I'd say if you have the time on missions, search and rescue ones, don't skip, but that's entirely up to you, you know? You're the captain of your own ship, your own story. So you fly how you want, my friends. Hey, if you are a flight simmer, and there's a lot of you out there, and occasionally I see that you stop in, please like and subscribe first and foremost, please. Please, please, please. Now, I'm not one of those folks that says, hey, do not advertise your stuff on my live stream.
On site soon. We need to move fast. Keep us posted.
I'm not that way. So if you're doing anything, if you're live streaming today, tonight, and you want to come in and let everybody know, not that there's a lot of people here, but if you would like to let people know what you're doing, please come into the chat room. Let me know. Let us know. Go ahead and do that. I'm not, again, I'm not one of those type. How dare you? This is my live stream. Your competition. Don't you dare advertise your crappy live stream on my elite live stream. You know the type. And they exist, really, in this community, too. I'm not naming names. But they do. And, okay, that's fine. Fine. But I would rather that we all just be friends and help each other out, let each other know what's going on, build that sense of community. It's like Fridays when we do the community fly-in. It's like church. Everybody comes together, everybody's friendly, and then after Friday, everybody's back to meh, see? If I'm not subscribed to you, that's a shame. And fix that. Again, say hi. If I'm not subscribed to you and you come in the chat room and say hi, if I'm not, I will try to I will subscribe right away. I think I see the mirror flashing right now. Look it. Could be wrong. That could just be a building. But as I'm flying this way, it might not be in the search area. I guess I'm just catching reflections out there on some spots. But before I zoomed in, it just looked like they were flashing like the mirror. Right now, still too far out. And they always say, they're in an orange truck. That's one of the things. I don't want an orange truck. If I'm going to go out exploring the world, I don't want an orange truck, because every time there's been a search and rescue mission, they've always been driving an orange truck. What's the deal with that? What is it with these orange trucks always breaking down? It makes no sense.
James isn't a regular in the area apparently, but he knows to stay put and wait for rescue to come if there's any problem.
But they always tell you, hey, search for the red truck. It'll stick right out in this environment. And it's never the red truck that I ever find. It's either the flash that are using a mirror to signal me, or they launch some red-orange smoke. I've never said, oh yes, look, there's an obvious red-orange truck in the landscape. I never see the vehicle first. Well, that's what they are emphasizing, that, his orange truck's going to stand right out. You'll hear. All right, I'm going to go ahead and trim the nose down, and we'll kind of start picking up some speed, get into the zone. I don't want to overspeed it into the red, but I'll push it a little bit into the yellow. Just living a little bit dangerously, not too crazy. Don't want to rip a flap off or an aileron or something. Sure, it was hot as hell here today too. I'm sure these clouds are a bit of welcome relief. So I guess up northeast, they're getting all the snow and the cold, and here we are in the central United States just getting cooked already. It's going to be a wicked summer. Boy, when it gets hot here, it gets hot.
conditions can change quickly out there.
Right. It's just so dry here. Seems to make it much hotter. Much more hot. News on the Archer and Joby front today. Buying prices are good, but as usual, they have a wonderful bounce, where the price starts shooting up, and then there's a wicked sell-off. So I was all excited about buying first thing this morning as the price was going up, and I waited, and I'm like, no, I already know now. Sure enough, the middle of the afternoon, boom, 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 the sell-off. So now it was back down to $6, $6.01. So, I'm certain with this, it can probably still go under $6. But I hope not. I hope that they've, I don't like the way it feels manipulated. And you get all these short sellers. But that's the nature of the beast, I guess. But I'm still all in. I really believe in Archer and Joby. I believe in what they're creating. And if I had the money, I'd be investing in every other VTOL company out there. But Archer and Joby, and you can fly them here for free in Microsoft Flight Simulator. They're available. They're just so dang simple and safe and wonderful. Using one of those for a search and rescue, that'd be fantastic. I don't have to worry about, oh man, coming down this crap terrain. And better than a helicopter, just way more stable, safe. With the Archer, she's got assisted auto land, so you never have to worry about a hard landing. Joby's a little bit different, but that Archer, man, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Anyway, if you're thinking about investing, look right now. The price last I saw was $6.01, $6.02. Unfortunately, I bought when it was like 10 to 13. So, it's one of those. It's a long-term thing. But it's moving quickly. I mean, every other day there's a new news story about them partnering with this person, that person. They're getting all their FAA stuff squared away. FAA is still working rapidly to develop urban air mobility airspace. You're going to hear it called advanced air mobility, urban air mobility. Either way, if you've been doing simulators for a long time and you know about Victor routes, Victor Airways and the highways in the sky, and they're going to be working on creating a new class of airspace for all the urban air mobility, advanced air mobility craft. It's definitely not going slow. Every day, something new. They partner here. This. Oh, good. Okay, we're here. Search area in 2.5. I've never really been able to spot one out before we get into the zone, and sometimes I honestly don't feel that they show it to you until a certain amount of time has passed even. I've flown around a zone
We lost the track near your current position. His vehicle is orange, easy to spot anywhere.
See the vehicle, orange, easy to spot anywhere. So I've been, flying around a zone, flying around circles, and it's like, come on. And all of a sudden, it's right there. It's like, How? How was it just right there? How did I miss it on my first 3 passes? So I don't know. Sometimes I've flown into the zone and pop, they're right there. I don't know if it's draw distance, you know, like being up high. I've been up high and I've spotted them. Oh, I swore I just saw a little tuft of orange smoke. Guess not. Sometimes I just think the game, the simulator messes with you. It's really nice when you just come into the zone, they're just right there. Another thing that cracks me up is, you know, I don't know if when they're placing them, when they're spawning the missions, when it spawns when, you know, within walking distance of a town. Like, again, I mean, if you're out stuck here, it's like you can look down the range and, oh, there's a town right there. The other day it put me on one, it was pretty much right at the edge of the town. There they are, right there. 10 o'clock. Off our tail. You see the flashing mirror?
Ground lead Skydude searchers. No need to search that far.
So good.
Guys from Animus are already
nice and flat. All right. There's some nice little ruts in the ground we want to avoid.
Skydude Searcher's ground lead got a visual. He managed to take shelter in a safe spot. Coordinates 32 north, 108 west.
Oh boy, a bit of a dip right there. You have to engage your parking brake for it to activate.
It's a good outcome, and that's what matters.
All right.
Back soon, you've been missed.
I would never go and make it back.
And she's already up and away. Isn't that wonderful? And you can just lift right off. That pool of water over there doesn't look too bad. We just stop and go jump in quickly and cool down. So we've been having a little discussion about, is it that important that you follow the gates in the air
James, we've just
precisely?
with someone of your family. Everyone is so relieved. They've asked us to tell you how much they need you home.
If you talk to them again, please tell them.
And so I've been doing a lot of these where I'm just not paying attention to the gates. I just head that way. You know, I'm not climbing to those altitudes. I'm just getting there. And I haven't had any problem. And I've been getting, on some missions, 100%, 100%, 100%. I think the first one is just, I guess, how fast you can find them or get to them and find them. And the second one, maybe how fast after you've spotted them, how fast you can recover them. I'm not entirely sure. And then, everything else. And so I'd have to say that it does not seem that being right on the altitudes of the boxes. And when I've been coming in for final, I've been avoiding the traffic pattern altogether. I've just been avoiding it, just coming right in and coming in for a landing and skipping the traffic pattern. No problem. No loss to score. I guess in the Xbox,
I'm sure
with cursor control, there might be a way to do like like poor man's autopilot.
everything to me.
But I haven't figured that out with this.
No, it's really tough. All right, I know. Nothing will happen until then in this remote.
Admiral Aaron says, almost Aaron says, good afternoon. Might take a while to get there, 42 degrees. Right? It's warm. That's not that big of a deal. I need the time now. I got a really late start in the day because of work today. And so I just need some time for the passives to have enough time. I want to see how much that CJ4 can make today. Oh, I saw the video you were, now forgive me, the name of the plane is already escaping my mind. But watching you fly that,
Thank you so much for coming to get me.
that World War II
Spend the night under the stars.
airplane yesterday, that was definitely old school. You could definitely tell it was World War II. But I wasn't familiar with the airframe. The Hellcat, that's right. Let me look that up. It says here that the Foxtrot 6 Foxtrot F6F Hellcat. Oh, I didn't even realize it from the interior. It's like the Baba Black Sheep, right? The Hellcat was a dominant American carrier-based fighter in World War II, credited with destroying over 5,200 enemy aircraft and securing air superiority in the Pacific. The Hellcat was developed to replace the F4F, the Wildcat, maybe that's what I'm thinking about, and counter the Japanese Mitsubishi A6M0. It featured a 2,000 horsepower Pratt & Whitney R 2,800 double Wasp engine, giving it a maximum speed of 386 miles per hour and a climb rate of 3,410 feet per minute. Yeah, I heard that up until this point, the Wildcat and the Hellcat, that we had a tough time matching the flight performance.
Went crazy. I was totally lost. Didn't expect things to go south so damn fast.
So damn fast. That up until that point, yeah, we had a tough time matching the performance of the Zero. And then when we started coming out with these that could climb like a bat out of hell, and they're just super fast, super powerful, and I guess you could just shoot them full of holes like a Swiss cheese, and they still performed amazingly well. Let's see here, yeah. Its design included wide-set hydraulically retractable landing gear, a low-mounted wing with foldable panels for carrier storage, and a cockpit positioned for excellent pilot visibility. The aircraft was rugged, capable of sustaining significant damage while returning pilots safely to base. The Hellcat carried 6 50 caliber Browning machine guns. 6 50 cals. That's crazy. 6 50 cal Browning machine guns, each with 400 rounds. It could also carry up to 2,000 pounds of bombs. For ground or naval attacks, its large wing area of 334 square feet contributed to stability and maneuverability at all altitudes, making it effective against both high-level bombers and low-level fighters or kamikaze attacks. The F-6F made its combat debut September 1943, quickly established dominance over the Zero due to its armor, firepower, and superior engine performance. Hellcats achieved a final kill ratio of 19 to 1. Final kill ratio of 19 to 1, with 307 pilots becoming aces. Notable engagements include the battles over Tarawa and Rabaul, Rabaul, where Hellcats claimed dozens of enemy aircraft with minimal losses. A total of 12,275 Hellcats were built in over just 2 years, with production peaking at 1 aircraft per hour. Man, we definitely knew how to do good production back then. After World War II, Hellcats were gradually phased out of frontline service, though radar-equipped F-6F-5Ns served as night fighters until 1954. The aircraft's combination of durability, firepower, and versatility made it a critical asset in achieving Allied air superiority in the Pacific theater. The F-6F Hellcat was a war-winning fighter, excelling in carrier operations, air-to-air combat, and ground attack missions. Its robust design, powerful engine, and effective armament allowed it to dominate Japanese aircraft and play a pivotal role in the Allied victory in the Pacific. So yeah, I don't know if it was the Hellcats or the Wildcats that the Pappy Boyington's Baba Black Sheep Squadron, which one they were fighting, but they both look pretty much the same. I know they're carrier based, but in the Baba Black Sheep series, they were using the islands as runways. Go back to the chat real quick. That's right. You said your grandfather flew them. And you're saying it was the Hellcats that they were flying.
Do you have any water or snack? I'm starving. I'll bring food with me.
I know I said it the other day, but I want to find that entire series again. I haven't looked on Prime, and I haven't actually even looked on YouTube. Let me see here. Let's see if they have any on YouTube. I'm on Black Sheep. And they got all the kids' poems popping up. TV show, Robert Conrad. Baba Black Sheep, full episodes. Greg, Pappy Boyington, 3 cameos on Baba Black Sheep. Oh, really? So the actual pilot, Papa Boyington, the guy who created the Pappy Lights, he's in 3 episodes. Oh, how cool. Full squadron episodes. That's just a... There's the opening. Baba Black Sheep Squadron full episodes. 152 videos. The guy that played the Kolchak's editor in The Night Stalker. I see that he was in the show. I see him in one of the background images. That was another really good show, The Night Stalker. I really liked that one. Used to, it scared me as a kid, but still just a darn good show.
November Mike 86 traffic. Kin Sierra Sierra Kilo 6 9er 9er. 2 miles northwest, 6400 inbound to land. Runway 6. November.
Sorry, I'm trying to slew a little bit. So I'm throwing my, I really need some rudder pedals. But I'm trying to slew the aircraft a little bit to slow it down. So you keep your nose pointed in one direction and you throw your rudder all the way to the other side. Not so easy to do with just a sidewinder. You end up going a little wonky. But that's the idea, is that you throw your rudder all the way to one side and it helps you slow the aircraft down. So now I'm putting my flaps in. It's usually the opposite of the way your nose is pointing. Glider pilots are experts at it. The Pacific Combat game, I didn't know what I was doing back then. I was too young. Wheel out of the runway. But Microsoft had released Pacific Combat Simulator. And I was just too young to really know what I was doing. I can say, though, that that was one of the coolest, most exciting, historically amazing titles that I had ever played at that time. And I wish, like Flight Simulator coming back, I wish they would bring back the combat series for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I would really love to be able to play that again. I would really like to go through all those missions now that, I appreciate history more now, and I kind of know what I'm doing flying now.
November Mike 86 traffic. Kin Sierra Sierra Kilo 6 9er 9er is taxiing to parking. November Mike 86.
That's crazy. I'd like to know more about your grandfather. Where did he fly? Do you know anything like that? Like where was he at during the war? Not so much like how many people did he shoot down? Although that is interesting information.
Welcome back, Skydude searchers. You did great. It's heartwarming to see that man and his family reunited.
It seems glorious now. Everything seems glorious now in a past tense. Everything. But, you know, again, well, not again, just I don't envy them. And, you know, it was war. You know, so we kind of can, looking back, glorify everything and think kindly on it and what they did, but just what they went through. Just what they went through, you know, on any given day. The horror of it all. See what I mean? Localization time, just getting there. Retrieval time, just get to them fast enough. And it doesn't say anything about following the gates or anything like that. Then you see how just my bad landing right there at the end took off those extra points. Other than that, superior score. Not hard at all. Very forgiving. Yeah, see, I don't know how long we've been at this. Yeah, about 40 minutes. 328,000, 350 for 40 minutes, if that. My reputation back up. The 25% reputation discount on insurance, boy, that helps. I wonder how high you can get your reputation up and how much of a reputation discount you can get. You didn't know much at 8 years, but he at 8 years old, but he flew from the Intrepid carrier. Wow. Let's see if I can find the introductory audio for that show.
Get the smart central heat pump that warms in winter, cools.
In World War II, Marine Corps Major Greg Pappy Boyington commanded a squadron of fighter pilots. They were a collection of misfits and screwballs who became the terrors of the South Pacific. Hold on. They were known as the Black Sheep. Definitely got that 70s, 80s TV theme sound. I wasn't paying attention. Ooh. Mama Pajama. Me and Julio down by the schoolyard. I wasn't paying to the list of actors that they summed up in there, but it's okay. You know, I wonder if any of the other ones in the show, any of them ended up standing out, becoming one of the next bigger actors. I really don't think so, but I mean, I see a lot of recognizable faces from when I was a little kid. My parents used to watch the show, you know, but it was kind of a later night show and I had to go to bed, you know, school and all that. So, okay. Yeah, so I think I'm going to be watching that series again. Dun, 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 dun. And let's see. I know you could probably buy Pacific Combat Simulator, but that's not what I want. I mean, if I have to, I don't mind playing an older simulator. I mean, it still looked good for the time. But I would much rather play it with the new Microsoft Flight Simulator engine. So, if not, let's see if it's available. Can you buy it anywhere? Microsoft Pacific Combat Sim shopping. I don't even know if it'd run. I mean, maybe it would run. Pacific Combat Flight Simulator Pacific Theater. Says it's available for $99 on eBay. Somebody's selling it. I don't trust the ones that are $6.59. $9.69 from Thrift Books. Yeah, and it doesn't look bad. I mean, it's older. Installing Combat Flight Simulator on Windows 11. So somebody's out there doing it. Man, it's 48 minutes long. Where's the shopping? Yeah, from as low as $6.59, $7.89 to, I wonder why those other folks are $99. It's funny that old bookstores, back in the day, bookstores were one of the first ones to carry software, which was interesting. Until the mall stores came up, which were selling software. Yeah, a lot of the old bookstores used to be the place that you used to get your software. So it's interesting to see here that multiple copies of this title are available through old bookstore. How interesting. I had given them to my dad at one point to play, and then I don't think I ever got them back. They might be buried in a box somewhere, and if I ever find them, I'll just be overjoyed. But I always gave him my old flight simulator stuff, hoping he would get into it, because he was into computers. He just never got into the simulator stuff. But I wanted him to. You didn't learn much by the time. Okay, so you're saying the same thing there. All right. Let's find us another one here. This one doesn't look too treacherous. Not at all. Just that one big hill to hop on the way in there. And we could go around one side of it. So yeah, it was neat watching you fly the thing. I bet she flies really good. Again, with that big old engine. It's a Asobo. I don't know what it is about Asobo. We have been bringing back combat back to the alpha of 2020. They had us all in there testing the game out for a year before it came out in the alpha. And back then, since they had built it on the Flight Simulator X engine, all of the combat controls, they were there in the documentation. And so we were all hopeful that we would get combat back. And then every new update or iteration that they came out with as we were approaching release, those were slowly being yanked out. And then it became like a forbidden subject. They didn't want you even talking about it. If you were posting comments like, I want combat back, they'd take your post down like, we don't want combat. We don't want there to be any combat in Microsoft Flight Simulator. No. And it became like a banned subject. Everybody was really hostile when you brought up combat. And then when Maverick came out, and we thought, finally, okay, you're gonna do a partnership with the Maverick movie. Are we gonna get some basic combat? And then nothing. It was just all racing, beat the clock stuff, no combat whatsoever. And then it got brought up in one of the developer live streams, and I swore like Jorg had a conniption fit. Jorg freaked out. And just for the briefest of seconds, he lost his mind, and he got so angry, and I've never seen him that way. He doesn't, they're just so anti-combat. And I don't, is that just a personal thing with him, with those folks over there? I don't know what the deal is. All I know is it's a bad marketing maneuver. I'm all about Microsoft having whatever they need and the resources they need to keep this thing going in development, yada, yada, yada. And I'm all for Microsoft making as much money as possible. And by limiting yourself, by not using this awesome new flight simulator to recreate and bring back those other lines, those other combat lines, I think it's a missed opportunity. So I don't know if that's going to change. As long as they're in charge of things, I doubt it. But third-party developers, I haven't even seen any third-party developers be able to develop anything combat yet.
Great, you prepped fast, Captain. Emergency call from San Simon. A man has gone missing with a 44 near San Simon Desert. Weather conditions are
gone missing with the 44
place, and we haven't heard from her yet, which is very
a Colt
concerning.
44.
We need you to locate her.
The gun,
fast.
the beer.
Do a quick sortie and see if you can spot anything that might help. I'll stay on the radio the whole operation to assist you if needed.
Echo 5-4 traffic.
He got off with the Colt 44. The beer, sir, the beer. He's having a good time out there.
Departure to the east, Echo 5-4.
Last reports are he also had a bottle of tequila. I think he's doing just fine. Turn, baby, turn. Turn. All right, so that is our mountain to get over. That one actually looks pretty far away too. So earlier we were getting pretty lucky with just real short ones, 5-7 miles out to the search area. The last one was pretty far, and that looks pretty far. Over 12. Unless I'm looking the wrong direction. Like there, that'd be nice. Just over that. Yeah, we'll see. Nope. 10.7, not bad.
Skydude Searcher's radar 5, clock's ticking. We'd better find something quick. In such a desertic place, people will dehydrate quickly without enough water.
Right, and if you know anything about drinking beer and tequila, in a desert environment, it doesn't really help. You know, you're going to end up being more dehydrated than not. Right? Isn't that the way? You know,
your search area should be displayed on your map if needed. No news so far, but the family thanks you for your help. They're really worried. We all hope you'll find her quick.
I think it does, doesn't it? Don't they dehydrate you more than hydrate you? I know in the winter survival, alcohol will make you feel like you're warmer, but it's not. So like in old movies, you'd see the guys out there shivering in the cold, and one guy will hand another guy a bottle of whiskey or something, and he takes the slam and he's like, oh, warmed right up. It's an illusion. It just makes you feel like you're warm. It's actually lowers your body temperature faster. So while you're getting all giddy and drunk, it'll lessen the effects of freezing to death, I suppose. Make it a little bit more pleasant. Yeah, I was never that much of a drinker. In college, of course, everything was to excess. You know, that's college. But I've kind of got a bum liver. I've always had a bum liver. And so I've always been advised to take it easy. So, with the exception of the college years, you know, a couple years before college, and yeah, about that period. No, I don't really drink much. My dad, it was like he was bottle fed the stuff. I can't really recall ever seeing my dad without one. And it was a different time back then, folks. It's different. It's an entirely different world too. So
spot anything unusual from up there.
Applying our judgments to the way things used to be, it doesn't really work. You know, you can say, "Damn." Like, for example, whenever he was driving, my dad always had a 12-pack. Always, there was always a 12-pack. Morning, noon, or night, you know. And he was a hard worker, construction worker. And man, brutal conditions sometimes, but it's always brutal. Brutal heat, brutal cold, brutal everything. I'd hang out with him sometimes on some jobs, and I'm like, oh, hang this up. This is nuts. But they were a different type of man back then, different breed of man. And anyway, I try not to look back and judge. But yeah, my dad was one of the ones that always had the 12-pack of Coors with him, morning, noon, and night, pretty much up to the end. And that wasn't the thing that did it. It wasn't a liver thing at all. It was the smoking. And my wife has never been any. She's been pretty much straight-laced her entire life. Like that song, "Don't Drink, Don't Smoke, What Do You Do?" from Adam and the Ants. Yeah, that's Christine. And so it makes it really easy. It's very easy to not want to do anything or miss it in any way. Socially, we'll both have a beer, you know, or enjoy ourselves with hanging out with friends. But even all of our friends now these days, everybody else has calmed down now, so even the friends that we thought would always be kind of party animals, even they've calmed down these days.
relatives told us Jessica doesn't know the site pretty well, but we think she might have managed to take shelter somewhere safe.
Hey, how did that potato chowder come out? We ended up doing the corned beef thing yesterday, and not the corned beef cabbage or anything, just I roasted the thing, and we had some fat corned beef cabbage, corned beef sandwiches, and I had some sauerkraut on mine. Darn good. And I think I'm going to have to make my own clam chowder. Christina, I told her I was craving it, so she bought a can of Progresso clam chowder, and it was okay. It kind of hit the spot and tripped the signals, but no, not entirely. Just not really. So yeah, I'm probably going to have to make my own. Okay. Okay, here we go into the search zone.
You've reached the search area. Eyes wide.
At least in these shadowy parts, cloud-covered parts, it will make spotting any reflective glass, I think, easier to see.
You're right, where we lost the track. Her vehicle is orange. If you spot, then maybe you'll be onto something.
I did one earlier. I got no good score for the time it took. I had to circle the area 3 times. And then, oh, there they are. I'm almost done with the new Sherlock Holmes series, Young Sherlock Holmes on Prime. I've enjoyed every bit of it up to this point. Very interesting. Very interesting stories. But it's kind of like one long continuous story. So I'm wondering if they're going to do any more of those. It's amazing how inhospitable certain places on our planet are. I mean, everything is beautiful to some degree. You know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But yeah, this seems like a pretty rough. There's some water over there, it seems, but overall, all dried out. A little bit of water there.
bright orange 44 truck. It should be easy to locate.
Please just don't be in one of these. They're usually not, but the other day there was one that was pretty much on the side of something like one of these. And I had a heck of a time. I landed, but I couldn't turn around. I was facing up, and I had to just roll back and try to control the roll backwards to get to the truck, and then try to swing back around, keep rolling down the hill and swing around to be able to try to take off. I mean, it can be done, hard, but it definitely can be done, landing at an extreme angle. So your chatter came out good. I enjoyed watching that gentleman you were watching the other night. The new, forgive me, I didn't catch his name, and I haven't committed it to memory yet. But the gentleman from New Zealand that you were mentoring the other night, flying the CJ4. Seemed like a wonderful fellow. Those people down Australia, New Zealand, they all seem like they're pretty awesome people. Big search area. Sheesh. I don't know about you, I've never been able to spot it by the truck. The truck has never once stood out to me.
Shh. Look for anything unusual. You'll know it when you see it.
One passed around the whole place and didn't spot a thing. Yeah, that's what you're saying. You're saying it's too high. Now, yeah, that could be for sure too high to render in. To the valley. Well, dang. You're saying I have flown over it? I swore I've had it rendering higher than that. But what do I know, you know? I'm sure it has something to do with it. did I just run out of fuel? Oh, shoot. Keep a cool head, refuel, restart. That was a cheat. Just to add a can in the back.
To report Skydude searchers. She must have left some traces down there. Roger that, keep it up. It's bound to pay off.
Oh, we ain't found shit. Jessica likes playing hide and seek. I'm going over here. Some of these little hills I can't see behind. They're still in the terrain zone. She could be right behind one of these over here. Right on it. I had one earlier that was right on the edge. Like 5 feet in one direction, and they're yelling at you, no, don't search that far. And then 1 foot away, yeah.
Radar 5, Skydude searchers. No need to search that far. The guys from San Simon are already patrolling there.
So they have had it right on the edge before. Yeah, I couldn't see behind some of these.
Skydude searchers. No need to search that far. The guys from San Simon are already patrolling there.
Oh, did you really? I didn't, I didn't, see it. I'm sorry. That was way over there by that first hill. There it is right there. Look, see, I can see it from here. I flew around that hill and I didn't see it. Now I want to come up and see if it has anything to do with draw distance. We We should have been able to spot that on the way in. A good time for a phone call.
Skydude searchers, Radar 5, got a visual. She managed to find refuge in a safe spot. Coordinates 32 north, 109 west.
I feel like I've got a right aileron problem. There she goes. Looks like she's leaning left. Doesn't want to go to the right. I have to get that looked at.
Great, Jessica. Happy you're fine. Captain, well done for finding her. We're in touch with the medic crew right now.
Look at that.
To organize a quick checkup on your back. No worries. Your voice says you're okay.
Look at that. What happened there? I don't know what happened there. Too much time, you're right. Maybe if I did come in lower. But then why are we able to see it from such a high altitude on the way back? I don't know. I don't know. What in the hell happened here? We landed, we hit the parking brakes. She should have been coming over. So maybe it was a timeout? Yeah, you win some, you lose some. Oh, but it bugged. Now I can't escape out of it. It's frozen. I don't have any action at all. My mouse has vanished. Can't hit escape. Escape's not working. Alt-tab. Alt-tab just makes it go away and come back, but it doesn't bring back the cursor. Huh. I don't think I have any choice other than to shut it down. Lovely. Well, I hope at least get the time credit for it. That's all that matters. I don't care. Ultimately, I want the passives to get the time. Nope, Control-Alt-Delete is not responding. What about Windows? Control-Alt-Delete. About Task Manager. I can get Task Manager. Now I've got my mouse. Oh well. Yeah, I've just shut it down. Well, I think that's I'll just wrap it up here and I'll get back to it later in the evening after dinner and all that. So I might see it tonight. Thank you for coming in. Yeah. You know, you win some, you lose some. And maybe I'll try coming in lower next time. So thanks for stopping in, Aaron. I really appreciate it. Always. All your support. Thank you for all your support. All right. It's still not shutting down. End task. There it goes. Dun, 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 dun. So I will catch you later. Thank you, folks. Please like and subscribe. Adios.